All right, so the next participant is going to be Tom.
Good, thank you. We're going to be right in that room. You're going to sit in the big comfy chair.
All right.
To your right.
This one?
Yep.
This is looks like more like your executive chair.
No, you're the executive today.
A rare time in my life.
All right.
I was told to put this on the.
Oh yeah. That's fine.
Me and you, do I need?
Yeah, you kind of don't
Yeah,
need it. I mean, it's
I know.
there. I mean, mine is there.
Yeah,
so.
I saw that. I'll do that.
So let's first start with, I'll explain what we're doing today, and then I have a couple of questions.
Is it okay that I brought this in here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we're doing today is, or my purpose in being here is really to observe individuals go through an application process. And I just want feedback on the application process. It's relatively new, so we want to get, what, in your opinion, can be improved, if anything needs to be improved, as well as just a better understanding of your personal experience as you complete this application.
Okay.
Okay?
So how user-friendly it is it a fair?
Yeah. I mean, I don't use the term user-friendly because I don't know if it is.
Yeah, well, right. To some people it is, to some people it's not. So.
Exactly. Yeah. But the most important thing is just your honest feedback, good, bad, and different. You're not going to hurt my feelings, so just tell me what it is that that you're thinking as you're going through this application.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing is, have you heard of SafeLink before?
Not until I was called for the survey or applied for the survey.
Okay, and once they called you and they told you about SafeLink, did you do any research on your own?
I did a little, I believe. This was a while back, so I don't remember the detail of it, but I think I did find out, either that or I asked. I had to say it was a while back, and I don't remember 100%. I just remember that it's a cell phone service in which, if you're under some government programs, you get free service, and I think there's an option as far as keeping your number and phone or not. I believe that's what it is.
Okay. So what we are doing today is you, I should say, are going to be completing this application as if you are on your own. So I'm an observer. I'm actually not going to be in the room, but I want you to complete this as if, you know what, Miguel isn't here. He's not going to help me. So whatever I personally would do is what I'm going to do. Okay. The website that you're going to be using is currently up. I have a pen and paper, so if you're asked to retain information for your personal record, you can definitely write it down. Okay. If you have observations or something, that, hey, you know what, when Miguel comes back, I really want to ask him or talk about this, you can also write that down. But you are doing this on your own, and the only resources that you have available are what you would typically have available if you were at home. Okay? Okay. So if you have questions, observations, I don't understand something, I'd like clarification, you can raise your hand. I'll come back in. I don't know if I can help you because, again, I'm here to observe, not participate. But I definitely want to know what those questions, observations, challenges are.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just going to write down here questions, observations, just to keep myself.
Okay. the website that you're going to use to start this process is currently up, and I'll come in periodically to check on you, but if you need me prior to that, just, raise your hand.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds
So
good, yeah.
you can go ahead and get started, and I'll come back in.
Okay, very good.
Thank you, Tom.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hey, Miguel, can you come in here, please? Miguel, can you come in here, please?
Hey, how can I help?
Well, I'm having problems, and this is out of my ignorance.
Okay.
With these things, I have my current program, it's unlimited.
Mhm.
Now, this is saying 1.5 and 2.5 gigabytes. What I've been doing is looking that up. Now, perhaps this is because I'm just ignorant on the usage amount. I mean, I don't know anything about these as far as, again, when you have unlimited,
Right.
you don't think about it. And my thought at first was to look and see what I've used, but I don't even know how to look that up.
Okay.
So,
for you're talking about like your own personal device.
yeah, well, because it's asking, which plan do you want? I said that I wanted to keep my phone, and so it's then saying, what plan do you want?
So let me first ask
This
a
is the
couple
two.
of qualifying questions, and
Okay.
then I'm going to come back and answer yours.
Okay, great.
All right, so I just wanted to make sure I was giving you accurate information. So
Okay.
before I answer that question, I'm going to back up and just talk about use of, let's say, the Lifeline service. So when it comes to the Lifeline service, you can either choose to get a new phone, and Lifeline will provide the actual handset, and they'll also provide the service, basically the monthly allotment that you're picking right now.
Okay.
So that's one option.
Let me
And with-
interject while you're saying that, because I had a question about this. That's what I was trying to do, was look up their phones.
Mhm.
And I saw when they were $14.88, $25, $32. When I clicked on free phones, it came up $14.88, and that confused me. So just let you know.
So with the phone itself, Lifeline will select a handset, and they'll ship that handset to you free of charge, and it'll come activated, and you can basically start using it. So in that scenario, you can get a new number, and basically this new number will be associated with that handset, and it'll have the service that you select.
Okay.
It doesn't necessarily have to be your primary phone. You can use it for yourself. You can use it for family, son, grandma maybe, or whoever,
Okay,
if you're a
specific.
caregiver for someone, right. So it doesn't necessarily have to be your handset. Another scenario is, you know what, I want it for my primary handset, and you selected the option of bring your own phone. So in that case, if you have a phone that already has service, you would be either replacing your service, or if you have an unlocked handset and you wanted to use the SIM card option to keep your own phone, you would basically take that little card that they send you and you would put it into that device. If there's no service associated with that device, then the SafeLink service is going to be part of that phone. I don't know if somebody was coming in. So there's a couple of different options. So if you're looking to replace your existing service with Lifeline, then yeah, I can see how, I have questions about unlimited and how much am I really using, even though it's unlimited and it's 2.5 gigs enough. If you're unsure and you don't want to do that, then okay, they can send me a phone. I can get a new number. I'll pick, whatever plan I feel is appropriate, and you can make that decision at a later time as well.
Well, with those scenarios, what I'd like to do is I'll keep the phone. I want to keep the number because my number I have out for job search.
Of course, yeah.
So it's out there. I don't want to change
important.
the number.
Mhm.
So the scenario I'd be interested in was keeping the number for one. If it meant, if it was an option of changing handsets or not, that's really not the big issue for me. The issue is keep the number, and then when it comes down to which plan, I'm a lost puppy with this. Now, I will say this. I'm sure that younger people who are more, they grew up with this, they can just go, oh, yeah. But I didn't. I've had this phone probably for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
either way. So I'm a little green on this type of thing.
Yeah, no, and
What
that's
causes
completely okay.
confusion.
So in order to simplify it today, what we can do, we'll do the scenario of, you know what, I'm going to choose a new phone, which will give me a new number. I'll have my SafeLink service. You can, you know, keep what you currently have while you still are using the SafeLink service. And if you at some point wanted to switch and cancel your service and only use the SafeLink as your main, you know, provider, you can do that. But that's not a decision that you have to make today.
Well, I would like to do that. I
Yeah.
definitely want to switch from what I am to the SafeLink service.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and
being
finish the application process, but in this case, choose the option where they are going to send you a phone, and then once you have, you know, your service established and everything else, then at some point, you know, in the future, you can say, okay, you know what, I'm going to cancel the service that I have, and I want SafeLink to be my main service.
So I would choose, I want a free SafeLink phone.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then you can continue with the application process.
All right, and now here, I'm sorry, I'm just ignorant on this, Miguel. This is where it's saying, okay, which one you want.
So with that, it's basically personal preference. So do you want more minutes to talk, or do you want additional data?
See, and within the 1 gigabyte, 2 gigabyte, I was trying to find out what exactly does 1 gigabyte, what is that? Is that an average person's stuff, or is that somebody uses just a little, or
It would
being able to
really
look at
depend
this,
on personal use.
and without looking at this, okay, well, last month I did it'll tell me last month I did 2-3 hours of, I don't do gaming.
Right,
You know, it's
yeah.
just emails, job searching.
Yeah. So if you're the type of person, so what I would do if I was looking at that, I would look at, okay, do I talk more, or am I on the internet more? And then based on that, I mean, that's how you can kind of gauge, you know what, I really don't talk a lot, the extra data would help, or you know what, I really don't, you know, get online and I don't use internet connected services, I talk a lot more. So yeah, it's personal preference. There's no right or wrong answer. It's different for everyone.
Yeah, I
So
understand that.
it's literally you deciding, okay, do I want to talk more? Let me pick 1,000 minutes, or you know what, I think the extra data would be a little bit more helpful.
This is per month. So let's say you had 30 days, 350, you're looking at what, 10, 12 minutes a day?
If you break it down like that, yeah. I mean,
see that?
So it really just depends.
It's really tough.
I mean, because like me, I don't necessarily have a consistent number of minutes that I talk every single day. I mean, you know, like sometimes during the week because of scheduling, it may be not at all, and I'm, you know, texting more. Other weeks because of something going on, I may be talking more. So I would use an average, and yeah, I mean, just pick based on your own personal preference and use. What plan do you think is best?
Do you know how you would be able to look in a smartphone to see what your usage is?
That
yes.
would
make more sense to me.
So if you have an iPhone, you can actually go to Settings, and then click on Cellular. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll populate here.
The cellular data?
Correct. But you haven't reset it ever, so...
I didn't even know you were supposed to.
No, I mean, you can.
I didn't know you could.
Yeah, but this lets you know basically how much data you use and what you use for data.
Okay.
So again, I mean, and since you didn't reset it, you can't necessarily gauge. I mean,
Where, do you know where you do reset it?
Yeah, it's all the way at the bottom.
So I told you I'm ignorant to stuff.
No,
I had
that's
no
okay.
idea you even did this.
So the other thing that we really need to keep in mind is we're in here for a limited amount of time.
I know.
Yeah. So
Go with it.
I would go with your gut, and you know, if we need to make changes later, we can look at that as well. But I definitely want to make sure you can at least get through the application.
I got you. Okay. Sorry about that.
No, not a problem.
Okay, Miguel, if you come in here, please.
All right, so how are we doing?
Well, so far so good, I believe. I'm thinking I'm about through, but I'm not sure about this one.
Okay, what are you unclear about?
Well, it says, we're checking your eligibility, and then there's a middle of the box that says have documents now.
Mhm.
And it says you can provide documents now to qualify Lifeline by participating in the qualifying program if your household income is 35% or less, 135% less of the federal poverty guidelines. I have my EBT card with me, but I don't know what they're saying. Qualifying program. It says choose a file.
So what documents are they referring to?
That's a good question. I'm guessing it's the document of confirming that you're qualified.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess I screwed up because I don't have documents with me. I have my card.
Okay.
I have no idea if I'm below the 135% below the federal poverty line, but I have no way to get out of this. So I can't say, okay, just check on it. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the information, so I'm not sure.
So right now, what do you think is the status of your application?
Well, let me see here. In limbo in the sense that it says we're checking your eligibility. We'll let you know 1 to 3 days if you qualify for Lifeline.
Mm-hmm.
My issue here is that I guess I accidentally, if you will, have documents now, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I have no way. I don't see how way to get out of this. So I have to. It looks like I have no choice but to click one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have either.
Okay. So if you did nothing else, what do you think would happen?
I'd have to submit. If I submit, I would try submit and see if it said you can't do this. So,
And when you say try submit, are you talking about just the button?
yeah, clicking on submit.
Okay.
So I will attempt that.
So you clicked on submit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now it's just, we received your documents. We'll let you know 1 to 3 days. Okay.
So what happened?
Yeah, I got a box here saying we received your documents. We will let you know within 1 to 3 days if you qualify for Lifeline or if we need more information. And I guess that's it. But it didn't. It's still the same screen. Again, I'd have to hit submit again, and it's just telling me. So my guess is I would log out.
Okay. So are you required to upload any documents?
It doesn't say that. It says we'll let you know in 1 to 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the documents here, again, I shouldn't have clicked on either one.
Okay.
But I accidentally, or erroneously, not accidentally, erroneously clicked on participating in the qualifying program.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no file to upload.
Right. Okay. So have you completed the application process?
It appears.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say yes.
Okay. So after 1 to 3 days, what do you expect to happen?
Well, again, I believe I qualify, but I would think that I didn't give any, they didn't ask for my EBT card number or anything like that. So I guess they could look at the files and see if I qualify via what's in my file with the government.
Okay.
So with that being said, my thought would be that I would just log out.
Okay.
And wait.
And what are you waiting for?
I would wait to see if I am in fact qualified to be eligible for the Lifeline service.
And how would you know that?
I trust that would be via an email from them saying you are qualified or you're not qualified, we need more information.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's assume that at the end of 1 to 3 days, you don't need to submit anything. They say, great, you're approved. What do you think would be the next steps? Within
that, I'd say my thought would be it says you're qualified, and and I clicked on the new phone handset thing for this. So my guess was that they've confirmed my shipping address, and then they say we'll be sending it to you.
Okay. Let's say you did have to submit additional documentation. How would you personally do it? And when I say that, I mean, you know, at home, library, wherever. How would you personally? Hey, they need copies of whatever it is. How would you personally submit those?
I would get the copies via calling going down to the department, social service department.
Right.
And at that point, I would either take a picture and send it via that way.
Via what way? What do you mean?
To their address, the website address or an email address. They gave me one or the other.
Okay.
Or drop it in the mail, depending on what the options were to send it.
Okay. Okay. And with that, we're done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
is this real life?
It is real life. If you gave your email address, you actually should already at least have the first email. So if you want to check that, and then yeah, I mean, you just literally follow up. In this case, you would follow up with USAC.
With what?
With the website that you just went on.
Okay.
Did you get that first communication?
Let me see here. Meetup, Order Genius. I see. There's
Nothing yet?
No, it's 808 is the first
Okay. So, but you wrote down, I mean, there were a couple of different numbers that they asked you to keep for your own personal record, right?
They asked me this one, 5050.
Okay. So I would keep that number. And what are you thinking needs to be done over the next several days?
Well, as I say, my hope is to keep it simple, as the old saying goes, because I'm not the most genius when it comes to sharpest tool in the shed, if I will, when it comes to this type of stuff, and as you said, I haven't done it that much. So my goal would be to I need to keep this as my primary phone, the phone number, and so the only thing I need to do is find out when they send these emails, what do I do to reach my goal?
Right. Okay. All right.
And this is possible?
It absolutely is possible.
Okay.
It is achievable.
Shall I?
Yeah, sign out, and then I'm going to have you do one other thing. You're going to hit Control-Shift-Delete all at once. Okay. Control-Shift-Delete, and then you're going to click on Clear Data, just so that we can kind of reset and get rid of everything.
Okay. And keep this screen now?
You can, yeah. You can leave that screen there. And then just grab the clipboard and then the survey you're going to fill out.
I'm going to grab this piece of paper too if it's okay.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I put it there. Yep.
So
just make sure you have all of your stuff.
Shall I take this page too, or is that just for the?
It's just for a reference, yeah. You don't need that anymore.
Okay. So this is the old timers. This was an old timers survey of this stuff.
Yeah.
It's halfway embarrassing because I know everybody. I got an 11-year-old kid like that.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah. So we're just gonna be going right here. Yep. And then when we're done, you're just gonna